Welcome to another episode of the Headlight Restoration Pro, where I'll be showing you how to take headlights that look something like this, old, dingy, never done before headlights, and turn them into something like this. Fresh, better than new, protected, beautiful, shining, crystal clear headlights. All right, let's get down to business. Today we're going to be restoring these headlights that have not ever been restored before. This is a 2012 Audi Q5. Starting here with a P500 gold sanding disc. Also using my Ryobi 18 volt drill. Using it on the high setting. If you're a beginner, I probably would start with the slow setting. It takes a little bit used to using this high setting on here. It's actually just a hair over too fast for proper usage, but I'm so used to doing this and I know how to move the drill, so it works out better for me. I'm a little advanced, as you see. But you want to focus on the grinding motion. You can literally do this with half the speed. It would just take longer. There's no problem with taking longer if you're not as experienced as I, or where you need to be as far as experience. Always start slow. Don't jump right into it. But then again, you can if you want. Ain't no way better to learn to swim than getting thrown into water, which I actually was when I was a young boy, and I swam. But anyways, enough about the history lesson of me. I want you to pay attention for one thing. Pay attention to the tape off here real quick. See how thick and in depth that is? It's about maybe 5 inches away from the light in all directions. Extra taping on the corners there. I do have a taping video, but I just want to reiterate the importance of taping. You do not want to have your tape just so minimal that if you hit it, it's going to break, or sometimes certain lights have angles which will throw you with the torque of the hand drill. It will throw your arm, or it'll throw you no matter how strong you think you are. It'll throw it and you'll end up hurting the vehicle or scratching the vehicle. You don't want to have just one layer of tape. If you ever see a professional that just has one layer of tape all the way around the headlight really thin like this, they probably don't know what they're doing, or they are so scared. They're hand sanding, very slow, very gentle, and it probably takes them 2 hours to do a headlight restoration. Me, it takes me about 10 minutes on each light. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Even if you're them, even if you're, somebody who's so confident, you don't want to do that. It's too much room for error. Far as dripping the coating downwards, or onto the vehicle's paint, you can miss those. You can do it and not even know you did it. Your hand, going over the tape and scratching the vehicle. And I do scratch removal too, but a lot of people don't know how to do scratch removal. So you don't want to get into that, because now you're spending more time doing something you didn't come to do. Now, starting here with that P800 standing disc, the white one. This light is a pretty good patient here. It's never been done before, and it's rather easy to restore. Everything is coming off smooth. It's an Audi. The headlight recipe is pretty nice. I say that just because not all headlights are the same from all different vehicles. Certain headlights, let's say like Toyota, is softer. A lot of these European vehicles have harder headlights, primarily BMW or Mercedes, they have really hard headlights. Civics, or excuse me, Hondas are kind of in the middle. So I mean, every headlight is different. It's kind of like metaphorically, they all have to make cheeseburgers, but they all make different type of cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? That's just a metaphor right there. But they're all different, and they are different to work with. This one is pretty smooth. And speaking of taping, when you taping off, those corners are in depth to be hit a lot more than any other side of the headlights. So those corners, you want to get, double the tape, triple the tape on those corners. That's what I do. It's safety first. You do not want to damage somebody's vehicle. Do not want to damage your vehicle. You don't want to damage customers' vehicles. So once again, if you ever see somebody with that single tape off, they are either moving at a snail's pace or they don't know what they're doing. Because I'd rather spend an extra 50 cents of tape than to have to call someone out to fix their scratching, which, I mean, I do. Who knows? Maybe they do scratch removal as well, and they just, remove scratches after every headlight restoration. I don't want to do that. But anyways, using that P800 here, you see that little shearing I'm doing, that long strokes of motion. I'm pretty much doing a swirl delete there. I'm going back and forth, long strokes. See that snow all over the headlight? That's a good sign. Blowing it off there with my blower. Miniature blowers come in handy. I'm doing a sometime this month I'm going to be doing a product show of the things I use to make my job easier, and that can make your job easier. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so now a little bit of water, and that disc was the P3000 disc, and that is the Trizac disc, which is a spongy disc. All of these things can be purchased separately. Certain 3M kits have all this stuff in it, but I buy in bulk, and sometimes I buy a little different combination of things. This is the basic headlight restoration, what I'm showing you. Basic, pretty much best result headlight restoration I'm showing you. There's times I do, a lot of times I do other stuff, and I have to go on my bag for, more extreme things. But that is like 1% of the time, 2% of the time. Most of the times it's just a simple headlight restoration using this method. And working on a video as well to show you the success rate of using this method, which is 100% over 100. Believe it or not. And I've done thousands of headlights, literally, in a short time. It's foolproof. It's magic. It's a true headlight restoration. It can only get so well. But anyways, this is some Windex there, or better yet, a glass cleaner and a clean microfiber towel. Wiping that down, and once I see that dehydrating right there, that's what you're looking for. Alcohol-based, most Windex or glass cleaner, or any kind of glass cleaner is alcohol-based. That's so it evaporates quickly, does not leave streaks. This is what you want. It degreases and dries up fast, not like regular liquids. But anyways, using this method, you can pretty much achieve the highest quality, far as appearance and far as longevity and far as what you want. There's some things you can put on a headlight and make it last longer, but you're going to have a hard time getting it off, and it's such a strong bond, you've probably damaged or tarnished the headlight, which I've seen before. You pretty much just want to go with things that say for headlight restoration. I always say this in every video, that is designed for headlights or designed for the specific function that you are doing, whether it be sanding, whether it be polishing plastic, whether it be sealing headlights. Want to just get a sealer. That sealer can be used for sealing cement. You're going to destroy a headlight. A headlight is soft as butter compared to cement. Just metaphorically, once again. on. I like my metaphors. But anyway, see the haziness there? You don't worry about that. That's that's a good thing. You want to inspect it here at this point, and at the point of the Windex, you could see that if there's any imperfection, divots, or scratches that you need to take care of or resand. Don't be afraid to resand if you see too much, damage there. Always want to get a smooth look at this point or by this point. Using the dab method here is what I call it, what I've come up with myself. It's kind of like, when you wax a car, which I do as well. I do polish, buff, and wax. When you wax a vehicle, you do not as much dabbing, but you dab it on just so your materials don't fly everywhere from using the polisher. But with this, it's partially that, and it's allows you time to allow the oil base compound here. This is a plastic resin polish or a hard polish compound, or excuse me, hard plastic compound polish. Allows it time to soak in a little bit because the headlight is porous, and it allows it to start getting in there and spreading it out and giving you time to allow that happen before you start actually polishing. Now look at that headlight now. Already crystal clear. It's already shining bright in the sun, hitting all the corners. Right now I'm using this 12-volt polisher, and I'm running it about 7,800 RPM max, but I'm not always running it that fast. I'm feathering the trigger. It depends on how hard you squeeze the trigger. If you squeeze it all the way back, it's 7,800. If just squeeze it halfway, it might be 5,000 RPM, but that's about the general spectrum of that. Once again, hitting it with my duster here, which is just a regular 20-volt mini blower, which comes in handy. I also use an electric computer duster as well. It's much smaller. It's handheld, very, very small. I use that as well. I started using a computer duster in a can, but that shoots out a lot of residue sometimes. That white stuff, it just makes your, more cleaning and more steps. So I ditched that and got an electric one, and then I wanted more power, so I got this one, and then I even have a bigger one as well, but I use that for other things. To the vehicle. But look at this headlight already, crystal clear. And before this step, you see all the wiping with the clean microfiber towel that I did. You want to make sure that all the tape is in place. You want to make sure all the dust is gone. You want to make sure the wind is right. You want to make sure everything before you start this step here, because this is a more permanent step, far as it's going to seal and you're not going to be able to take that off, and you want the utmost clarity. You don't want dust and things flying into it. This is a UV headlight coating. Spray coating is always going to be the superior method of delivery. This particular coating is a meguiars coating. You can get it online, get it anywhere, but there are literally new ones coming out every day. I've tracked down at least 13 of them. I generally search every month, a couple times a month, for new ones. There's about 13 different ones you can get. You just have to do broad searches on Google. You're going to hit Amazon. I get all my stuff from Amazon 9 times out of 10, but there's so many different ones. The spray is going to be far superior. It's going to be a lot more expensive than the towelette versions or the bottle versions, but it's going to work a lot better. Wiping something on leaves streaks, leaves so much imperfection and so much less clarity. And generally the stuff, just the delivery method of you having to put it on something, introducing this clear substance onto a pad or onto something, a towelette will just in nature make it less clear. You're getting some residue left behind from that pad or that towelette. This is unadulterated, ladies and gentlemen. This is the finished product. Gorgeous. Look at that gleam. And this is an Audi Q5. Super gorgeous vehicle. And now the headlights match. Do this method and I guarantee you these results. Check out my videos. They're always ending the same way. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe. Try it out. Watch the videos. Try it yourself and see for yourself. Thank you for watching.